Welcome to the pond. It's kind of what I decided to name my online classroom, just because I like the pond so much. So this session is going to cover creating and submitting requisitions in Colleague. Not 100% my area of expertise, but I think I've done it enough times to where I can guide you through the process. If you need additional help with this, feel free to contact Shay Bird in purchasing. Her number is right there. She'll be glad to give you a hand, maybe even send you a manual. Ooh. All right, so requisitions. There are a few different types of requisitions. There's blanket purchase requisitions. We're just going to go straight requisition, because once you get the basics down, then the others will fall in suit. So I am using Shay's manual. So if you see me looking to the side, it's just making sure that I'm staying on track. I'm not distracted. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move over to Colleague. I'm already logged into Colleague, as you can see here. I'm logged in. There's a couple different ways to get into finding the requisition information. You can click on Navigate. You can go to the financial area and then expand on purchasing. And here you'll see all the different forms of requisition, vendor identification, things of that nature. But if you're going to create a requisition, it's easiest just to remember this one mnemonic, and that's REQM. Easy enough to remember, Requisition Maintenance. So you're going in to create a new one. Okay, so I could either click on this to get into Requisition Maintenance, or I could just come up here in the search bar for forms and type REQM. Press enter, and it'll take me into Requisition Maintenance. So the first thing it wants to know is, do you want to look up an existing requisition, or do you want to add a new requisition? We want to add a new requisition, so I'm going to click A for add, and then press the enter key or click the OK button. So now it says enter N for no number, or press enter. Just press the enter key with this field blank to have it automatically assign a requisition number. I'll press enter so that it automatically assigns a requisition number. And this is where it tells you that the number will be automatically assigned upon completion. So the very last step in this process is them giving you a requisition number. So I'll click OK. Many times you'll see this, it's not a warning, it's not an error, it's more of an informational pop-up. It simply says that the current date falls in a future fiscal year. Do you want to accept this date? Just click Y for yes. And it moves you right on into the requisition maintenance form. Here it has the requisition date, which is today's date. In the initiator field, you're going to enter your CTC ID, your 7-digit ID. Don't put a C in front of it. That's not your ID number. That's a username. So 7 digits. So there's my 7-digit ID number. I'll press the tab key and you'll see it automatically fills in my name because I'm in the system. You select a desired date from the calendar. Maybe I want this delivered in 2 weeks. I'll give them a little extra time, 2.5 weeks. Don't get greedy. Just because you say I want it tomorrow doesn't mean you're going to get it tomorrow. Then you come down to the vendor ID field, and you'll notice that these fields surrounded in red borders, these are required fields. If a field doesn't have a red border around it, then you don't have to put anything in that field. So this is a required field. The AP type is a required field. Printed comments are required fields, and then the requisition done is a required field. So for the vendor, if you know your vendor's ID number, that's awesome. It's going to save you a lot of time. But if you don't know the vendor's ID number, you can look it up. Suppose I want to order something from Perry Office. I can just type in here. I can just type Perry, and guess what it's going to bring me back? It's going to bring me back everybody and everything that has Perry in its name. So it may take a few seconds to go out, search the database, find every occurrence of Perry in vendor ID, and this is what it brings me back. And this is page 1 of 135. So if you're not sure who you're looking for, you're going to search through all 135 pages to try and find whatever it is or whoever it is you're looking for. Now, luckily for us, I'm looking for Perry Office products. It's right here. If I was looking for something else that had Perry in the name, I might have to go through all 135 pages before I find what I'm looking for. So you'll notice here that Perry's ID number is 1650. So if I were to cancel that, and then here in the ID number, simply put 1650, press tab, it reaches out and says, oh, there's Perry's ID number. We'll just throw Perry Office products in here with the name and address. So it's much easier if you know the vendor ID as opposed to searching by name. We don't recommend searching by name. Talk to your coworkers, call Shay Bird. You got her number from earlier, and ask her. She'll be more than glad to help you out with vendor ID numbers. There is a way to search for vendor IDs, and that's using the VEIN. Is it VEIN? VIEN? One of those two to find out what your vendor ID number is. So with the vendor information in there, you're going to come down here to your AP type. AP type is a required field. Has a red border around it. Let me get me out of the way here, and we'll just go straight desktop. So I don't get involved and throw myself over fields that you need to be seeing. So AP type. AP type is part of your account number. Okay, your account number is a whole bunch of digits. It's the fourth and fifth. Okay, fourth and fifth digits of your account number. For example, in the book here, they have 19, 11, 801, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 102. That's a fictitious account number. So the fourth and fifth numbers in that account number is 1 and 8. So your AP type is 18. Put AP 18. You have to put the AP in front of it. So AP 18, press tab, and there you'll see it brings in regular AP 18. So I'm good to go. So next we're going to go to the line items. Line items isn't bordered in red. It's not a required field. However, if you want to order something, this is where you're going to put the information for whatever it is you're ordering. Okay, so line items is are the individual items that you're going to order. So here is my RIQL form, or screen, sometimes referred to as screens. Screens, forms, interchangeable here. And these are the individual line items. For each line item you enter, we're going to click on this drill down for the first line item, and it takes me into the RIQM. RQIM. Dyslexia gets the best of me. So here it has our vendor's name, the commodity. Don't worry about that. For the description, in this description here, again, you're going to notice they have a drill down. click this drill down, and it's going to open up the Requisition Item Maintenance dialog box. This is where you put the information in for whatever it is you want to order. Be as detailed as possible. Okay, I'll put item number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say this is something out of Perry's catalog. It is a electronic stapler, red color. Okay, as much detail as you can. Pull right off of the web page, whatever you're looking to buy. Just get all the information you can. Once you have all the information in there, if you like, it's not a requirement, you can enter a timestamp, and that'll put the date and time along with the username, whoever logged into colleague, at the end. We're going to save that information. We're going to enter a price. We'll say this stapler is $54.99. Quantity 1. These are both red fields required. Okay, all four of these are required fields. The next required field is down here in the GL account number. I'll enter my account number. My account number for general goodies. Press tab and it checks. If you enter an invalid account number, it's going to come back and say invalid account number. So now you have the ability with this to split a purchase among multiple account numbers. So if I have two different accounts and I want to pull half from each account, then here in the percent I would put 50 because I want 50% to come out of this account. And then I would go in and enter the second account number and then 50%. So that would pull half from each account. But if you just want all of it to be taken from one account number, then you just enter 100%, press tab, and it'll throw the quantity and the amount down here that it's going to pull out of your GL. Shows you over here on the right side how much you have, how much you're going to spend this time, and what your balance will be afterwards. Once you have all that information entered, you click the Save button, and then you update. Okay, you're updating this line item. If there's another line item that you would like to purchase, then you click the drill down button for the description, and you enter the new item. Maybe we want item number. There's an item number, and this is going to be for, oops, I can't spell. Wireless headphones. Maybe they're from JLabs. And then we save that information. Timestamp not required, but you can enter it if you want to. I'll save that. I'll enter the price, $65.95. I'll enter a quantity. I need 2 of these. I'll go down to my GL account number. And then I'll enter the percentage, 100% coming out of this account. Again, it gives me my total coming out. Here's the breakdown of my money. I got $275.35 left. I'll save that item and update. Once you've entered all of your individual line items, you can cancel out of this screen, and it takes you back to the requisition item list. So here are the 2 items that I'm looking to purchase. It gives me my item total and the requisition total. I want to save this requisition item list and update, and it takes me back to the REQM screen, kind of where I started. So it shows here in this window that I have 2 line items. Now I'm going to come down to my printed comments. Printed comments are a little bit tricky, but if you follow the guide or take screenshots or take notes from this video, whatever you need to do, the printed comments for the most part are always going to be the same. You're going to put in your department. Of course, your department's not going to be training and technology. That's my department. Then you're going to put a / and a phone number. Then a / and your building number. Then another / and your room number. That's always going to be the same. Okay? Always going to be the same. Now, there may be exceptions. If you need purchasing or accounts payable to issue a check, then you're going to enter issue check in this field. So in this case, the purchase order won't be sent to the vendor. Instead, accounts payable will issue a check to be sent to the vendor. If you need to pick up the check, then you'll put issue check, call whoever you're going to have pick up the check with the phone number. And tell them that you would like to pick up the check. Okay? If you're ordering things from Great Western Dining, then you're going to want to enter the control number, the date, the time, the event location, and a point of contact after that basic information of department, phone number, building number, and room number. Okay, this is all in the manual. I'm not going to go through everything that's in the manual. That would take like hours. So get a copy of this manual from Shay. Okay, I'm sure she could send it to you electronically. Maybe she has some hard copies. Either way, step by step is here in the guide. Okay, in her purchase order manual. So this is my basic. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need to issue a check. Okay, so this is the basic. This is what's going to go in every requisition. Okay, department, phone number, building number, and room number. Once you've got the required information in there, you click Save. It's added here to our printed comments. If you have any comments that you need to make, which it is a required field, what you're going to put in here is your justification for purchasing these items. And required for whatever your justification is. And then you're going to save that. Now, this is the tricky part. This is the part that a lot of people will miss. We have one last requisition or one last required field, and that's the requisition done field. When you're finished with this requisition, you've entered all your line items, all your printed comments, all your comments, you're going to change this N to a Y for yes, it's finished. Once you do that, colleague will pop up another information dialog box, and I'm not going to actually save this one because I don't need to order those items from Perry. make note of that requisition number in case you need to follow up or go in and check on approvals, whatever the case may be. You can see I take screenshots of everything. Maybe you just want to write it down. I take screenshots, put it in my Microsoft OneNote. That way, if I need to go in and search for a requisition, find out what the status is, who's approved it, whether it's been converted to a PO, whatever the case may be, I have that number. Okay? So really, that's all there is to creating a requisition. They're not difficult. They're not really complicated. There are a few little things that you have to get used to. The printed comments, I think, were the hardest thing for me to get used to. But document, right? And anytime you need to take notes for something, take notes for something. Get a copy of the manual. Come back and rewatch this video. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to like my video. Feel free to subscribe so you know when I put out new videos. And stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll talk to you later.